Hello guys, this is Deepika from MyTutorialRack.com and I welcome you all to this Salesforce admin and developer training session. I hope you guys are able to hear me fine, and if you are having any issues listening to me, please check the audio settings on your computer or on your laptop. And also please make sure you're able to see my screen properly. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So what is going to be the agenda for today? So today we're going to talk about what Salesforce is. We will talk about what is a customer relationship management platform. We will also learn about different career opportunities that are available in Salesforce and how you can become a Salesforce administrator or a developer and can also increase your chances of getting job quickly or getting certified as quickly as possible. And we'll also see what kind of salary the Salesforce developers are making currently. If you stay till the end of this training, you're going to get a bonus material which will help you in your Salesforce career. It will be of a great help, and it'll also help you in getting certified quickly. So stay till the end of this training and do not miss the bonus, because I'm telling you this is going to be the best thing that you've ever heard in your life. So stay till the end and you're going to get a big bonus. Is this training for me? So I want to make sure if you're one of these, you should be attending this training. So if you're looking to change your career, if you're one of them and you are working in some old technologies like a Siebel CRM, or you are currently a Java developer or a .NET developer or any kind of developer, and you wanted to explore the new thing that is in the market and it's going to stay for a while. And if you're looking to change your career, or you're trying to make extra income, or you're trying to increase your salary range, then Salesforce will be a great career choice for you. If you are a stay-at-home mom and you have few years of gap in between, and now you wanted to come back to the job market and you wanted to see what's the current thing or what's the trend currently, and how you can quickly get into the job market and get certified and find a job quickly. So if you're one of these, then this session will be very, very helpful. If you're currently using Salesforce at work, okay, if you're a BA or a project manager who is using Salesforce, and now you're trying to explore the different career opportunities, or you are just trying to increase your knowledge on this Salesforce, and then later on, if you wanted to change your career from a BA to something else, then this training will guide you how you can make that transition. And also, if you are looking to become certified as a Salesforce administrator or developer specifically, how you can get that certification quickly. So we will discuss all these things in this training. This training is going to be an hour-long session. So if you want to grab some water, if you want to put your phone on silent, I highly recommend you guys to do that so that there won't be any disturbance for you. So please keep that in mind. Now, what is Salesforce? Now, Salesforce is basically, it's a company which is founded by the guy named Mark Benioff. He is the CEO of Salesforce. And one of the very powerful thing that Salesforce, or the product that Salesforce has, it's a customer relationship management platform. Now you will ask me, there are a lot of other CRM platforms out there like Siebel CRM. Now what makes Salesforce CRM so popular? So one of the reasons that Salesforce CRM is very popular, it is because it's a cloud-based. Okay, so what does that mean is you don't have to install anything on the premises. Everything is on the cloud, means all you need is an internet connection and you can access anywhere in the world. Okay, you just need your username, password, and you will have your cloud CRM at your fingertips. You don't have to install anything on the premises. The Salesforce also increases the productivity. As a business, if you are running a business, you have certain departments to deal with. Okay, every company or every business has a human resources department, has a customer service department, has a sales and marketing department, and also has a supply chain management department. So this Salesforce kind of integrates all these essential departments of a business, and because of that, it increases the productivity. Now let's talk more about this Salesforce CRM. So let's take an example. Let's say you are a business owner and you have introduced a product called vacuum cleaner. Okay, this is a new product that you have created, vacuum cleaner. And now we will see what all things are involved from manufacturing this product all the way to how it's going to get delivered to the customer. So let's say you're selling this vacuum cleaner. The first thing you need to do is you need to market, right? The first thing is you need to market your vacuum cleaner. You have to tell more and more people about what this vacuum cleaner does, how it is different than other vacuum cleaners in the market. You have to do demos, etc. So what you're going to do is you're going to start running some campaigns. Either you can start running a campaign through like a radio or through television, or you're going to do maybe just create some pamphlets that you're going to distribute. So through all these channels, what you're going to do is you're going to acquire leads. Leads are what? Leads are the potential customers, people who have shown interest in your product, but they haven't bought it yet. They have not generated any sales, but they have shown some interest. They have given you your phone number, they have given you their email addresses so you can contact them later. After you have marketed your vacuum cleaner, you're going to get leads. You're going to generate those leads, and those leads you're going to store. And you're going to nurture those leads. What do you mean by nurturing? Basically, you're going to send them emails, or you're going to message them, or you're going to give them a demo, or you want to basically tell them more and make them more interested in buying your product. And finally, out of those leads, a lot of them will get converted into your actual customers who will end up buying this vacuum cleaner. So that's what your sales are going to get generated. So marketing is going to result into leads, and then those leads will become or eventually become your customers. Now it is your responsibility to deliver this vacuum cleaner to those customers. So you're going to have an order system in place where you're going to deliver those products to your customer, and it also will produce invoices. So you're going to invoice the customers, and the customer is going to pay you, and then you're going to deliver the product to them. This is another third pillar of the CRM. Then the fourth is, let's say they bought the product, or some of the customers have some issues with how to use the product, or they wanted to return the product, or there was a faulty product, let's say, or they are not happy, or they're having some issues trying to figure out how this thing works. So you will have a support system or a support group where you're going to manage all the cases, basically all the complaints that the customer is having or all the issues that they're facing, and you're going to have a team which will help you to resolve those cases or those issues that the customer is having, because you wanted to provide them a great service, because with those great service you're going to get a return customer. So next time if you wanted to sell something else, or if you come up with a new product, if you are having that faith and relationship with your customers, they're going to buy again from you. If you don't have a good support system, then people are not going to be happy, and you can get some initial sales, but to have that business going, you need a consistent and returned customers as well. These are the 4 pillars of any business. Okay, so that is what CRM is. It's a customer relationship management. So it manages the relationship with your customers, and every CRM is going to have this 4 important pieces. Okay, it's going to have a marketing, it's going to have a sales, order processing system, and a support. That is what makes a CRM. It is called as a customer relationship management platform. Now, there are a lot of theory we have talked about now. So let's go ahead and get our hands dirty. So the first thing that I would recommend you guys is to create a developer account. Now, this developer account is a free developer account, means you do not have to pay to get this developer account. This developer account is a free account, and you can use it for unlimited time. And this is basically given to you by Salesforce for your practice or for your learning purpose. So the first thing is you'll go to your browser and type in developer.salesforce.com. So make sure this is the URL, developer.salesforce.com. And now when you come to this, there is a sign up button on the top right hand side. So click on that sign up button and go ahead and provide your information. So I'm going to go ahead and provide my information, Deepika. email address. So this email address has to be a valid email address because you're going to get a link to set up your password on this email address. The role, you can choose any of this. Company, it doesn't have to be a valid company. You can put whatever you want, XYZ. I have a company, MyTutorialRack, so I'm going to put that. Country, your country, and zip code. You're going to have a zip code. Now the username has to be in an email format. So I'm going to go ahead and say Deepika at MyTutorial. So this is going to be the username. So save this username and then check this checkbox and then hit the sign me up button. It will take few seconds. Okay, this has already been taken. So let's go ahead and try this. Now, once you do that, you're going to get an email from Salesforce, and it is going to tell you that thanks for signing up, and you're going to verify your account, and this is your username. So hit the verify account button, and then it'll ask you to set up your password. Make sure the password has 8 characters, 1 letter, and 1 number. And hit the change password button. Now this is how Salesforce looks like. Okay, once you log in, this is how the screen will look like. And you can just block the notification, close this. Now there are currently 2 views of Salesforce. One is the older view or the older UI called the Classic, and the new one is called as the Lightning. So this training is going to happen in the new UI, which is the Lightning UI. But if you want to switch to the older one, and if you want to see what the older UI looks like, you just have to click on this profile picture of yours and go ahead and click on under the option switch to Salesforce Classic. So it'll take you to the older UI, which looks like this, but this is how you can switch back and forth. So now if I want to go back to my Lightning experience, this is how the Lightning looks like. Now you can see here, these are all the different applications that Salesforce comes out of the box. These are all the applications that Salesforce comes up with. You have a service application, you have marketing, community, content. These are the different applications. And each of these applications have a list of tabs, or you can see objects, and we'll talk about what objects are in a minute. But these are the different applications, and you can switch. Let's say I wanted to switch to a service application, then you will see a different set of tabs. These are all the tabs related to service application. If you wanted to see a different application, then you can go ahead and switch to that. Let's say we want to talk about marketing, so you can switch on to the marketing application, and you will see the tabs related to the marketing application. So let's go back to our sales application, and under the sales application, if you wanted to, you can even search here and you go to the sales application, and here these are the different tabs that are associated with the sales application. Now let's say we open up this account. All you have to do is you click on that tab. It's very simple. You click on the tab, and Salesforce automatically gives you some data. So this is data that has already been given to you by Salesforce, so you don't have to work with a clean slate. You have some test records, or you can say some data available. Similarly, if you go to a different tab, let's say we talk about contacts, then also there is all contacts. If you go to, these are the different data that is available under this tab. And these are the different records that are available under this contact object. And you can see the details of that record. And you will see that it has a phone number, it has all these different fields. Okay, they have other phone, home phone, etc. Then you have account name, then you have a birth date. All this information is related to this contact called Ashley James. So what are these fields? What are these objects? What are these tabs? So let's talk about those. Let's say we talk about a simple table. Okay, you open a Microsoft Excel and you have a table. Right? So if I ask you to store information about all the students, or let's say give me information about all the employees that are working in the company. So I want them to provide me the employee names. I want them to provide what's the address of the employee, what's the email address, and also the phone number. So those are the 4 information that I'm looking at. So what you'll do is you'll create a table and you are going to create some columns for that table, right? So you're going to say this is the name column where you will enter the name for that employee. Then this is going to be the address column where you're going to enter the address of that employee. And then there is going to be a column for the email, and then this is going to be a column for the phone. So this is a table, and let's say the name of the table is called as employee. And then you're going to start entering information in that table. So let's say the first employee, let's say we are putting Deepika in there, and let's say the address is Texas, email address is info@mytutorialrack.com, and this is the phone number. Similarly, you're going to put another employee, let's say Simran, let's say he lives in Texas too, and then let's say his email address is sim@gmail.com, and this is the phone number, correct? In Salesforce, we call them differently. We don't call them a table anymore. We call it as an object. In common language, the table is basically called as object in Salesforce. And all these columns that you see up on the top, which is like a name column, address column, email, phone number, we call them as fields in Salesforce. So in Salesforce terminology, we don't call them columns, we call them as fields. And then all this information, let's say the rows that you have entered, that is basically called as records. So very important thing here, the table is called as object in Salesforce. The second thing is columns of that table is called as fields. So anytime you think about fields, you think about the columns of the table. And the third is the rows is called as records in Salesforce. So this is how we name it differently. Let's go back and try to look at it from this perspective. So let's say contact here is an object. This is the contact object. Now this contact object has all these fields available. It has a first name, it has a last name, it has a phone number, it has a home phone. Okay, these are the columns, but we call them as the fields of this contact object. Now under this contact object, all these are the records. These are the records of this contact, and you'll see under the details, this is the information for this Arthur contact. Now let's go ahead and dig more deeper into the Salesforce application. So as I mentioned to you, Salesforce comes with a lot of out-of-the-box application, and we already talked about sales application, and it had some list of tabs associated. Then you had a service application. It also had a list of tabs associated. And then you also saw a marketing application, right? So how does this whole thing comes together? So let's go ahead and start. So we talked about objects, right? Objects are nothing but the tables. The objects that you want to quickly access, you will create a tab for it. So object will have a tab. So through this tab, you can access the object. Now, a bunch of these tabs make an application. So if you saw in the sales application, you had tabs like account, you had a tab like contact tab, then you had a home tab, etc. These are the different tabs. So each of these tabs is associated with the object. Account object is the object and tab is the accounts tab. Similarly, contact is the object and the tab is the contacts tab that you have. So a bunch of these tabs make up this application, and the access of the application is given through the profiles. So there are already, Salesforce has given you some standard profiles, and what profile does is it controls the visibility of the applications. Basically, it tells you which profile has access to which application. And then when you create a user and you give that profile to that user, so one user can only have one profile at a time, but you can give that profile to multiple users. So for example, there were 3 users. Let's say Deepika was one of them. Then you had Simran was the another user. And let's say John is the 3rd user. Now all these 3 can have the same profile, let's say of a system admin. All 3 of them can have a profile of system admin. But you cannot give 2 profiles to the same user. You can't have Deepika with a profile of system admin and of a standard user. So profile controls what applications you're able to see, what objects you're able to see. So that is what it does. So if I go back to Salesforce, when I created my account here, when we created our account, I got a profile of a system administrator. If you have created the account, you will also have the same profile. So if you wanted to see what profile you have, you go to this setup. Okay, you go to the setup, and when you created this Salesforce account, and if you go under in this quick find, this is the place you have to come every time you want to look for something. So if you come here, users, automatically when you created this account, Salesforce created this for you. This is your, and it also gives you some more other users, which is like a integration user, security user. Don't worry about that for now, but this is the account that Salesforce has created for you, and it also has given a profile to you. You cannot create a user without a profile. Profile is a required field when you're creating a user. And one user can only have one profile at a time, but you can have multiple users with the same profile. Now, as I mentioned to you, profile controls the visibility of what application, what objects you can see. So if I go to the system administrator profile, I'm Deepika and I have a profile of system admin, and this profile will decide what applications can I see. This profile is going to decide what applications can I see. So what do I mean right now is, if you go to this, click on this top left hand side next to the setup, you see you have access to a service application, you have access to sales application, you have access to all this. You have access to sales console, etc. Now what I can do is I can take away the access. How? Let's go ahead and hit the edit button. And you can see here, these are the custom app settings. So these are all the applications that this profile is visible. Now I can take away that access. Sales, now I'm going to go ahead and take away this access. Similarly, I'm going to take away marketing access. So I'm going to go ahead and take away this marketing profile access as well. This is another thing I took away. Then these, and let's say they take away this access as well. So these are the applications that I took away access from. Okay, now it should not be visible to this profile. So once I hit the save button, or let's just get rid of all this. Now, once you hit the save button, now what you'll see is, since you have changed the profile, and since that profile was assigned to me, I will no longer have access to those applications. You can see here, now I only have access to these 4 applications. There is no sales applications visible to me right now. If I try to look for, nope, I can't find it. If I look for marketing, I no longer see marketing also under all apps. So those access has been taken away. How this access has been taken away? Because I have a profile of a system admin, and I went ahead and changed that profile, and I took away the access of those applications from that profile. And that's why I no longer can see those applications. So if I go back to this system admin profile, click on the edit button, and if I give back that access, okay, let me go ahead and give back that access, then what will happen is you will be able to see those applications again. So once I hit the save button, if I click on this again, now I'm able to see sales application. You can see here. If I go and choose marketing, I will be able to see marketing now. Bunch of these objects make up this application. Objects in Salesforce will also have a tab associated with it. Not all objects are going to have tabs. You may or may not have a tab associated with the object, and you can decide if you want to create a tab for the object or not. A bunch of these tabs make up the application. So you have sales application, you have marketing applications, and each of those applications will have their set of tabs. Some tabs can be common. Sales will also have an account tab, let's say, and the marketing will also have an account tab. It can be possible. Then the access of those applications will be given through profiles. You'll have a different set of profiles that are available. You have a system admin profile, you have a standard user profile in Salesforce, you have a marketing user profile. There are a lot of profiles that are available, and it's given to you by Salesforce. And also you can create your custom profiles. And Whenever you are creating a user in Salesforce, you're going to associate a profile. You're going to give a profile to that user. And based on the profile the user has, the access of what applications will be controlled, what objects he can see, those things will be controlled through the profile. And always remember, one user can only have one profile at a time. And there are multiple profiles that are already available in Salesforce. So where you have to go, you have to click on the setup. And on the setup, you see here under the quick find, if you enter profiles, you will see all the profiles that are available. These are all the profiles. If you click on the profiles link here, these are all the profiles that are automatically been created for you and have been given to you by Salesforce. And if you want, you can also create your profile. Another thing is, whenever you are creating a new user, you always have to provide the profile of that. You can't create a user without giving a profile. So if I go ahead and click on new user, you will see that this profile is a required field. Okay, if I go to, let's say, choose a license as Salesforce, these are all the profile I can choose, and I cannot save without giving a profile. It'll tell you, you must enter a value. So profile is very, very important when you are creating a user, because that is what is going to control the visibility. So the next thing is the different types of objects in Salesforce we have. There are two categories of the types of objects. One is called as the standard objects in Salesforce, and the second one is called as the custom objects. As the name indicates, standard objects are the objects which are already given to you by Salesforce. They already are available when you created this account. They are out-of-the-box objects. Objects like account, contact, lead, opportunity, all of these are standard objects because they've already been available to you when you created this. These are the standard objects. And custom objects are the objects that you create for your company specific information, for your company needs. Those are called as the custom objects that you create. The company I work with, let's say, works with cars and dealership. So we ended up creating a custom object in Salesforce called dealers. Or let's say we needed a custom object for dealer agreements, which basically takes care of the agreement that happens between our company and the dealer. So those are when based on your business needs, you're going to create custom objects. Similarly, let's say you are working with a health insurance company. Okay, let's say you're working with Sigma or Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they will have their own set of objects that they will need. Let's say insurance object would be there. They'll have objects for patients. They'll have objects for storing the doctor information, right? So those, then you will go ahead and create your own object. And it is very, very simple to create a custom object in Salesforce. And once you create an object, you're also going to provide the field, right? You're going to see what kind of information you're going to capture for that object. For example, you are working with a property management company which manages different properties. It can be commercial, it can be residential. So what you're using Salesforce to store all that properties information. So what you did is you created an object called properties. This is the object that you created. The object that you created will have multiple fields that you want to capture, right? You wanted to capture what's the address of the property and how many bedrooms the property has, how many bathrooms the property has. Is it a 2-story or is it a 3-story or is it a 1-story, single story? And you'll also have the fees, like how much we are charging to maintain that property, right? So these are the fields that you're going to create for that object. You're going to create a custom object called property, and you're going to add all these fields to that. Custom objects are the objects that you create based on your business needs, and standard objects are the objects that Salesforce has already created. Now you can also change those standard objects. If you, let's say you want to add more fields or you want to capture some more information, then you can use those standard objects as well. Or if you want to altogether create a new custom object which wants to capture some information, then you can do that as well. Salesforce has given you the flexibility to do whatever you want. Let's go ahead and see how we can create a new custom object. So let's say we were going to create a custom object called property. That is the name of the custom object that we're going to create, because we're going to create an application called property management application. Now let's go back here, and you will go to the setup. Since we're already in setup, I just want to make sure you remember it, and go to this object manager tab next to the home. So click on that object manager. So as the name indicates, you can manage all the objects that are available. And since we have not created any custom object, these are all the standard objects that are already given to you by Salesforce. So what you do here is you hit the create button, which is on the right hand side here, and hit the custom object. This is how you create a custom object. And here I'll say, let's say property is the name of the custom object that I'm going to create, property. The plural label would be properties. And let's say this is the record name, label, and format. So anytime you create an object, it will have at least minimum of one field added to it. Okay, it can be either a text field or it can be a auto number, means automatically when you add records, it will automatically increment that value. So let's say property name is there. These are optional features. Let's leave it as it is. Everything default. And then we can also create a tab. So if you want to create a tab for this object, you will check this checkbox, launch new custom tag wizard, and hit the save button. Now it's going to ask you if you wanted to set up a style for your tab. So I can choose any of these. It's basically like a small icon that will appear, and then hit the next button. So now it's asking me what all profile does this tab needs to be visible to. So I'm going to say that all these profiles can have access to this tab that I'm going to create. So I'm going to set it as it is, and then I'll hit the next button. Now it is asking me which all application this tab will be added to. So these are all the standard list of applications. Now if I want, I can leave it as it is. So this tab will be added to all these applications. So let's just leave it as that, and then hit the save button. So now if I go ahead and go to, let's say, sales application, you will see that that tab has been added. Now if you choose a sales application, you will see that the properties tab has been added. So if you go here, you will click on the properties, and now when you hit the new, when you're trying to add a record, you will see by default this has a column called property name. When you're creating that object, you created this column as well, or we can say you created this field as well. So this is the property name. So now if you go to a different application, let's say even to marketing, since we added this tab onto the marketing application also, then it'll appear under the marketing application as well. So if you here, you can see the properties tab is also available. If you don't see it, try refreshing the page. So you'll see that the properties tab is also added to the marketing application. So this is how you create a custom object in Salesforce. Now when you create a custom object, you can also add fields. So you can see here, these are the different fields that are available, and you can add those. So you can add different kind of fields to this object as well. And how to do that? You can go back to this setup. So this is one-stop shop. You go to the setup and you go to the object manager and you select which object you want to add the fields to. So you look for that object here in the search bar, and this is the object property. And under the fields and relationship, you can click on new, and this is the way you can add more fields. So you wanted to add, let's say, property address, number of bedrooms, number of bathroom, etc. You can do that as well. So far, I have given you an introduction to what Salesforce is. We talked about profiles, we talked about objects, we learned about what CRM is, etc. Now let's go ahead and talk about what are the different certifications which Salesforce offers. So Salesforce offers about 40 plus certifications, but we don't have to get all of these certifications. Based on your interest, we'll only focus on those. So the two major certifications that I wanted to talk about is the administrator certification and also the developer certification, because these are the main two certifications that can help you to get you the job faster. So the admin certification does not involve any programming knowledge. It basically talks about what are the out-of-the-box features of Salesforce, or as a tool, what all things that you can do with Salesforce without using the code. So it talks about those things. And then there are developer certifications, which requires you to understand programming, Apex, etc. So we'll focus on these two certifications. The first one we have is the Platform Developer 1 certification, and then there is another certification is the Administrator certification. So these are the two certifications we will talk about, and we'll see how these certifications can help you and what kind of jobs that they can help you with. The next question people generally ask is, once I get certified, what I'm looking at, what's the salary I can expect? So there's a wide range of salary for a Salesforce administrator and developer, but if you talk about average salary for a mid developer or a junior to mid-level developer, I'm not talking about senior or the lead developer because they make more money. I'm talking about a junior to mid-level developer. So if you're talking about that, then the Salesforce administrator make about 90 to 100K based on the companies, but this is the average salary. And if you are starting out into the development role, which is like a mid-level or a junior development role, then you're looking at a salary of 125. Now this salary is comparatively very high if you compare to a Java developer or to a .NET developer. Since Salesforce technology is fairly new, so there are a lot of demand for this, and demand is going to grow because Salesforce is growing exponentially in the last couple of years. In a very short duration, Salesforce has acquired more than 30% of the market share, and it's going to go high. So the jobs opportunities will be more. How you can get a job as a Salesforce admin or developer? So the first thing is you need to prepare for the certification. So there are two major certifications that I want to talk about is the Admin 201 certification, which is related to the administrator. And then there is a Platform Developer 1 certification, which is related to becoming a developer. So you have to choose one of these goals, and then you have to prepare for that certification. Once you are prepared for the certification, then you have to give some practice tests, because these practice tests will help you to increase your chances of getting certified or passing the exam in the first attempt. So the practice tests are very helpful because they'll give you an idea on what kind of questions will be asked in the exam. So once you have prepared, you will need these practice tests to kind of test your knowledge. Then the third thing is you actually have to give the exam, and after you have passed the exam, you're going to get certified. Now, once you have the certification, the next thing that comes into is you have to prepare your resume, and then you will need some help with mock interviews. You need to understand what kind of questions the employers ask in the interview so that you are well prepared and you'll be able to crack the interview. And then you have to give some mock interviews. Finally, when you have prepared well for your interview, you're going to go ahead and give the interview, and based on all the preparation that you have done so far, there's a very good chance that you're going to get the job, right? That's the last step. Now, how can I help you in trying to get all these things and finally help you in landing a job? So, as I mentioned to you, we have a course which caters towards getting you from getting certified all the way to get you the job. And in between, whatever the steps that I have mentioned, like practicing for the certification exam, then practice test, then the interview preparation, all those things are covered in this course. So it's a Salesforce admin developer course. It is a self-paced course, means you can take at your own time on your convenience. And after you have gone through the course, you will be able to give your interview and also help you in landing the job. So what all things does the course cover? So the course is designed based on the study guide of the certification exam. So there's a lot of material which is available online, but not all of the material is required to pass the exam, because there's a syllabus that is given by Salesforce in order to prepare for that exam. So if you're preparing for an admin exam, there is a special curriculum that you have to follow, and the same goes for the Platform Developer 1 exam as well. So the course that we are going to give it to you is based on the study guide of the exam. And then it also contains practice tests. So once you have gone through all the material of that course, then towards the end of the course, there are also practice tests. So if you're preparing for admin, it has the practice test for that. And if you're preparing for the Platform Developer 1 exam, it has the practice test for that as well. And those practice tests are updated frequently, so you will always have the current exam questions. Now, once you have done the practice test and after you have given the exam, you're going to get that certification. Now, the next steps that comes is how to prepare your resume. So we will help you in your resume building as well. The next step involved is the interview preparation. So we do have a separate module available in the course which covers all about the interview preparation, which prepares you about the ways to market your resume and also gives you scenario-based kind of questions which employers love to ask in the interview. So that course also contains interview preparation module as well. Then the next thing is we are also, along with these, we are also giving weekly doubts clearing sessions. So every week on a Saturday morning, we are conducting doubt sessions. So if you are having any doubts related to the course, then you can ask those queries in that weekly session. That's not all. You will also get an invite to the Facebook private group, and in that private group we usually do discussions, and if you have any queries on the daily basis, then you can post your queries in this private group and we will respond to that as soon as possible. This course is a one-stop shop for you to get certified, to prepare for your interview, and finally help you in getting the job. Now, your next question is how I'm going to enroll. The bonus material that I was talking about, this is what it is. So now, since you have attended this training, we are giving up to 75% off on this course. This course is priced at about, let's go ahead and take a look at this course. This course is priced at $197. And these are all the different modules that are available. So you have an admin certification course which prepares you for the admin exam. Then you have an interview preparation course which prepares you for all the different kinds of interview questions, scenario based, etc. Then you also have a platform developer exam course. So in order to crack this exam, you should be familiar with programming, and I'm pretty much sure not everybody attending this training are from a programming background. So if you are from a non-programming background, we have a course that also covers the basics of programming. So if you are completely new to programming or you are coming from a non-IT background, then you can go through this course first before taking the Platform Developer 1 course. And as you can see here, there are individual prices listed to the course. You don't have to pay this individual price. You only have to pay a one-time price of $47. The coupon code is training, and this coupon code is only limited for this session. So if you are going to use, you have to use it now, otherwise this coupon code is going to get expired. So I have already pasted the link of this coupon code and this whole link to the course in the message. So please go ahead and click on that message and go ahead and enroll in that course, because if you're not going to redeem this coupon code, it's going to get expired. As I mentioned, it prepares you for the programming before this Platform Developer 1 exam, and these courses also consist of practice tests. These are the 6 different modules that comes up along with this Salesforce admin and developer training course. So every course that you list here, the admin has practice tests included, and the Salesforce developer training course also has practice tests included. Once you have gotten your certification, then the next step would be your resume building and your interview preparation. So this is the course that will help you with your interview preparation. When all those things are done, and in between if you have any doubts, we are conducting a weekly doubt session, and also you will get an invitation to join the Facebook private group where you can ask all your queries. So the coupon code is training. It is going to give you $150 off. This is the bonus. Since you stayed towards the end of the training, you're going to get $150 off of this course, and you can enroll in this course for just $47. This $47 is nothing when you are going to get a job of $125,000 after taking this course. With this $47, you are getting $1,500 value worth of material. So click on the link that I have sent you and enroll in the course. Now, a lot of people are having some questions related to, is this going to be a live or a self-paced course? So as I mentioned, it is going to be a self-paced course, which means that you're going to get access to all the videos, training material, and then you have to go through those training material. But every week on Saturdays, we are conducting a doubt session where we will talk about all the different doubts that you have while going through the course. So it's kind of a mix of a live as well as a self-paced course. If you have no programming experience, what about you? As I mentioned to you, the Platform Developer 1 exam tests your knowledge of programming. So if you're from a non-programming background, we have a separate course which is included in this bundle. And if you have to go through that course first before taking the Platform Developer 1 course. So this course assumes no programming experience, because the course also comes up with this bundle of Salesforce developer training for beginners, basic to advanced course. So this course prepares you for programming without any programming experience. So if you're coming from non-programming background, this course will help you give all the necessary tools and information in order to take this Platform Developer 1 course, because this Platform Developer 1 course is more advanced. So in order to take this course, you have to first go through the basic course if you are not from a programming background. If you know the programming, then you can directly enroll in this Platform Developer 1 course. If I already have the certification, can I directly listen to interview preparation material? Yes. So if you already have the certification and you only need help with the interview preparation, then you can directly jump towards the interview course, which will prepare you for all the different kind of questions which interviewer asks in the exam. So you can jump between any of these modules. There's no certain that you have to first finish the first course, then only you can jump to the second module. No, you can in between jump between the modules as well. I will highly recommend you to follow the module one step at a time, but if you already are familiar with the material, you can jump between those modules. Is the $47 going to be one-time fee, or it's going to be a monthly fee? It's only a one-time fee, so you do not have to pay anything after this $47, and once you pay this price, you're going to get a lifetime access to all the courses that are available in this module. Okay, so there is only one-time price of $47, and only this price is given to you because you are attending this training. Once this training is over, you will not be able to utilize that coupon code. Hurry up and go ahead and enroll in this course now in order to redeem that coupon code. You're going to get lifetime access to the course, and not only that, the new material, the updated practice test that we keep on adding every month, you will be given access to all those for free. So you do not have to pay anything beyond these $47, because we keep updating the content of the course every month, and you're always going to get the latest material. What about the doubts? Since it's a self-paced session, a lot of people will see that, hey, what about the doubts? So for those reasons, we have a weekly doubt session where we will talk about the doubts that you are having in the course. You can join those weekly sessions and we'll help you to clear your doubts as well. And in the meantime, if you have any queries, then we also have a private Facebook group where you can post your queries, and your queries will be answered as soon as possible. So you can go through those as well. So it's kind of like you're getting the benefit of a live training with just a price of $47. Go ahead and enroll. This is the only training material that is available on internet, which will help you to get certified, which will help you with your resume preparation, which will help you with your interview preparation, which will help you with your mock interviews, and finally help you to get a job. This is the only course available out there. So do not waste time and go ahead and enroll in that, because you will not be able to access that coupon code after the training is over. I repeat one more time, go ahead and click on the link that I have sent you. Click on that link and use this coupon code training, and you will get that $150 off on the course. So you only are going to pay $47, and with that $47 you're going to get lifetime access to the course, and the new updates that we are going to add to these course will be available to you for free. You're going to have every week the doubt session to clear your doubts. You're going to get an invitation to the Facebook private group. All this for just a price of $47. This course will help you to get certified. This course will help you with your resume preparation. This course contains the practice test to prepare you for your certification exam. This course also contains interview material so you can prepare for your interview. Everything is included in this one course. So you don't need anything else besides this $47 course, which will prepare you and help you to get the job. I know these are the difficult times. A lot of people have lost their jobs or they are looking to change their career. This is one of the best opportunities out there. So do not hesitate and enroll in this course. I want to give you a 15-minute time to enroll in this course so you can redeem this coupon code, because after this training, the coupon code will not be valid. So what you have to do is click on this link here, and this is the page that it will take you to. Click on this enroll in course, because the coupon code is already available on the link. Discount has already been applied. So you just click on this enroll in the course, and then you have to provide your email address, because this is the way you're going to access your course material. So you have to provide a correct email address, and then this is the way to make the payment. So you can choose one of these options. Either you can use PayPal to make the payment, or you can use a credit card. So go ahead, and it's a secured site. So you can see here it's locked. So it is as secured as a banking site. It's a certified secured site. So you can go ahead and enter your credit card information, and then you can click on this buy now button, and the course will be available to you. And once you are enrolled, if you go under the My Courses tab, you will be able to access all the modules that are available in the course. Now I'm going to start a 15-minute timer for you, so you can use these 15 minutes to enroll in the course. With this, I'm going to take leave for today, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to me at info@mytutorialrack.com. Here is my email address. It's info@mytutorialrack.com. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, and I will see you inside the course. Thank you so much.